Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I have Faithy here with me.
My name is Faithy Ira, and this is my dear friend.
Yep. Faithy was a masterclass scholar and we both were in the same set. We studied together in the same class and she's my friend. She's from Kenya. And Faithy, like me, has overcome so many stumbling blocks to be here today, and now a young working professional in the UK. I thought to bring Faithy here so we can share our heartfelt advice for young women who aspire to become something in life. Okay, so what would be our first advice, Faithy?
Yeah, so our first advice is setting your goals, having a clear understanding of where you want to be in the various aspects of your life.
Yes,
career-wise.
Yes, Faithy is very right. You can't pursue something when you've not set the goal. Like,
it's completely alright for you to not know how to set these goals.
So can you share some of those things that you feel like made you, because sometimes as a young girl you may be oblivious of what you really want, because there are so many things, there are so many interests. You can even be asking yourself, what do I want exactly? So can you share with us like how you were able to like set those goals and how you were able to even know what you want and what you want to be?
Good question.
Yeah.
Remember when I was around 21, I just finished my undergrad, and I was trying to venture into the job market. Back then I got matched up with a mentor, and she was working in the sectors of gender. She was working in the UN Women, and while speaking to her, interacting with her, I thought to myself, this is the person I want to be like. And something else that helped me back then was reading a lot.
Yeah.
Reading books like Oprah. Like, I've read Oprah books. I've read books by Michelle Obama. Not just books, but also blogs, or also reading articles or news in the fields that were piquing my interest, for instance, gender and education. So reading all that also kind of helped me align where exactly I was envisioning myself to
be. She's very right. Getting a mentor. I didn't have a mentor, so it's okay if you don't have a mentor. Getting a mentor, it's okay. And then seeing other women. I was really inspired by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I first read her book when I was in SS2. That was when I got to know Chimamanda, and she really inspired me a lot. And then the likes of women like Michelle Obama, like you mentioned, and other great women who are president, like the president of Liberia, then Ellen Johnson. And I got to know about her. I was so inspired, especially in a world where many presidents were men. I saw that there was this man that was renting our house, and in his room he had like a wallpaper full of presidents. You get, and then the only woman that was president there was that Ellen Johnson. Yes, and I was so inspired, and seeing those kind of women, I was motivated not to be like an ordinary girl. I wanted to like aspire for more. So yeah, like seeing people who are doing things that you like can help you to set your goals right. Having a mentor who will guide you on what to do is also going to help you to set your goals right. Exposing yourself, reading can help you to set that goals right. So
I have actually met Ellen Johnson. So I met Ellen Johnson in a conference, in a women leaders conference that I attended. The most incredible thing that happened to me.
Wow.
So in that conference, there were these phenomenal women across the African continent, like Ellen Johnson, women doing amazing things, driving amazing initiatives in their communities. Like from Kenya, there was Kenyan Taye. So when I was at that conference and listening to their stories and listening to the amazing things they're doing for their communities, listening to the stories of courage, resilience, creativity.
That will inspire you. And of course, if you have opportunities to go for conferences, to sit down and listen to people, please do, because it's going to like inspire you more to know that you can reach your potential.
You have spoken about that. What do you think are the other things?
I think where you are. Yeah, I think that it's something to set a goal.
Mhm.
But if you sit down and relax, and you know that I want to be here, but you don't do any work, you're not going to get there. So I would say work towards that goal. What do you think?
Yeah, working towards that goal.
Mm.
What does it involve? Involves research.
Mm-hmm.
Research about it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give a specific example. Let's say your goal is to be a gender expert and, for instance, work for, I like giving the example of UN. Work for the UN Women. How do you get there? You start by reading about gender. What is mentioned about gender? What's happening about gender in your country? Find out what courses or what programs are happening in line with gender. Find out what the UN Women is doing in line of gender, or what are they saying about gender. Yeah, so
research is very good, and I know that people are very lazy when it comes to research. That's why you get DMs like, oh, I want you to read this and explain to me and tell me this. Like, hello, there's internet, there's Google. Things are easy. You can find every information that you need about something. So why are you boxing yourself? Why do you think someone else needs to do it for you? If you're so passionate about your goal, you need to be able to research, you need to be able to learn, you need to be able to use Google, use keyword to search things that you need to know about that particular thing. And for me, that was like what's changed it for me, because I never knew of MasterCard. I've heard Chipnin and all, but I was in a group and somebody said, have you heard from MasterCard, like any updates about MasterCard? And that's when I went to search Google MasterCard scholarship, and I saw that, oh my god, this suits my need. I am academically brilliant. I am poor. I am poor. And of course, this scholarship is to help people who are academically brilliant, of course, aspiring leaders, and of course, people who are from humble backgrounds. So I saw that what the scholarship wants fits into me, and that's when I applied. But if maybe the way they ask, what about MasterCard? And I felt so relaxed. I didn't want to do more research about MasterCard. Seriously, I won't be here today. So research is very, very good. I would think that you should learn research skills.
So apart from research, what else do you think can help?
I think that aside research, being with like-minded people, people who are aiming for what you're aiming for. Like I just mentioned, I was in a group that they mentioned MasterCard. So it means that if I wasn't in that group of like-minded people looking for scholarship, I wouldn't know about MasterCard. So I think that if you want to achieve your goal, you're working towards your goal, it is good to network your way. Social media have made things easy now, and network your way does not mean that you should go and be asking somebody to explain everything. And no, come with specific questions. So learn to meet people who are working towards your goal. Or you want to be this, you want to be a project manager in this career, or you want to attend this conference to be a speaker, then you need to like associate yourself and introduce yourself to people in that field, so that they can advise you. Come with them with specific questions and they can advise you. So surround yourself with people who are like-minded. I wouldn't be friends. That's like Faith is my friend. Because of course, like-minded, we have same interests, we inspire each other so much. So I mean, you need to get people around you who are working and going towards your direction. You don't have to be going right and you are with people who are going left, because your direction is different, opposite. So yeah, I think that we should bring this point to an end and move on to the next point. So what's like your third advice you give to young women?
Yeah, I know sometimes you're looking for opportunities that give us money, and we all want money.
Yeah.
But then again, what has worked for me is volunteering.
Yeah.
I started volunteering early on, mentoring students, volunteering for organizations. Maybe they wanted somebody to help them write or manage social media, such tasks. They were not paying me then, but over time, once you continue doing them, they bear fruits in other dimensions. Might not be very immediate, but they're going to bear fruits. For example, let's talk about the MasterCard scholarship. One of the requirements of the scholarship is that you must demonstrate your transformative leadership. Tell the scholarship how you are creating change. And for myself, back then, I was doing mentorship. I was going around schools mentoring girls. that wasn't paying me anything. But when I mentioned it in my scholarship, when I mentioned it in my essays, it won me the scholarship.
Yeah.
So don't shy away from volunteering because it's not paying.
Yeah. And a lot of times you see that people become so complacent when they see that they are doing something that is not bringing them money. Like I have like an organization, and there was a time we brought people together to like do some volunteering work, and out of like 30 people, we couldn't just find 3 dedicated people who would say, I'm going to deliver on this task today, and they will deliver, because there's no money involved. So people were so lazy, so relaxed about it. They'll say, oh, I'm going to do it. Then you ask them how far, and they'll say, no, I've not done it, I'll do it next week, just because there's no money. No. So you have to know that although we are coming from humble backgrounds, most of us, we are not from generational wealth. We are all struggling our way through. We know money is important, but everything is not about money. Everything is not about what you can get now. Do volunteering. Volunteering can pave way for other things. Like Faisy also mentioned, I also was in her category. I come from a place where I feel like girls need to know more. I feel like I've been exposed, I'm educated, so I can also educate girls to aspire to reach their potential, to know that they have no boundaries. So I would go to like secondary school, especially my alma mater where I graduated from, to talk to girls, talk to them about life and all. And like you said, these are the things I was mentioning in my essay, right? It wasn't paying me then. There was time I had to like go back to my secondary school to teach for free. So I was teaching like home economics for free. Yeah. And the principal came and gave me money after, like, I told him I was volunteering. He still wanted to appreciate me. I'm like, no, I just came to give back. I didn't come for money. And these are things I was writing in my application. It's not just about the immediate money, but it's about the impact, right? When I meet those students, they are so excited to see me anywhere I am. If I go back home now, they'll say, auntie, you know, like those kind of things. So it's not just about immediate money. Yes, we need money, but you must learn to do volunteering work that will add, that will impact humanity and also impact your life. You may not see the immediate impact now, but you will definitely see it. Yeah.
What do you think is the other one?
Okay, I think my first advice for young women would be that it is never too late to achieve your goals. I think for so many people, they feel like, oh, my mates are doing this and I'm not there yet. My mates are doing that, I am not there yet. People have to write their entrance exam like 4 times. Some people have to wait 4 years to get admission. But just know that in all of this, just know that it is never too late for you to achieve your goals. Keep pursuing it, even if your mates are, it's not how far, it is how well. So even if your mates are there, don't allow envy to overwhelm you and say, oh, my mates are there already, I'm not going. No, it is never too late for you to achieve your goals. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, add on that, I find that comparison is often a thief of happiness, a thief of progress. So just run our own race, you know, and just do our own thing. As long as we are doing something, that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. So, Faisy, what would be like the fourth thing that you advise young women on?
Yeah, so the other thing I would advise young women on is being responsible for your own self, for your own life. I look at it as this, like you have this life in front of you that you have an opportunity to model it, to be how you want it, how you envision it. So I know in our early ages we are being taken care of by our parents or by our guardians, and then when we become adults we are let out to the world. And often at times young girls get into this temptation of having a man or somebody, like trying to depend on a man, trying to curate their lives along the lines of having to receive from a man or having a man take care of them. I like this quote by Chimamanda that goes by, you should not behave as if your life belongs to your man. Your life belongs to you and you alone. So with that mantra, you have an opportunity to
transform your life. Faith is very correct. You know, according to how we're raised up, I'm from West Africa, Faith is East Africa, and we see that there's similarities in our culture according to how women are raised. You're raised to think that after your parents, after your father, which takes care of the house and provide the money, the next person is your husband who's going to take care of you. So we have this culture that makes us think that a man should be providing everything for us. And you see a lot of young women begging men for money, which of course wouldn't come for free. Most times you have to do things you don't want to do to get those money. So just know that your life, you are responsible for it. You are responsible for you. And if you start seeing it in that light, you will not be impressed as to what you wouldn't even expect men to give you. You know that you are responsible for yourself, and then it helps you to work hard so that you can feed yourself, you can achieve your lifestyle, you can fund your lifestyle. So work hard so that you can fend for yourself and not expect a man to give you something. Yeah.
Along the same lines, and taking cognizance of our cultures, there's an elephant in the room that we young girls are often faced with, like often have to address, and that is
when I get married.
Yes.
Yeah, when I get married, your mates are getting married. When I giving us grandkids, you are getting old. Age is not on your side.
Why don't you want to get married? What's stopping you?
Yeah, exactly. Who's the man there? Imagine you go to uni to spend 4 years and then you come back, they're asking you, where is the man? I'm like, did I go to uni to look for a man? I went to study.
Exactly.
Ask me about the job I want to take. Ask me about my career path. Not where's the man? As if I spent 4 years studying for a man.
And there's this notion that goes around that when you go to university, you should come up to two things.
Yes.
Degree and man. No. That's a sin.
Yeah. So I mean, Faith is right. We are often pressurized to get married because our culture revolves around a woman procreating and getting married, and they see that your value is there, which is not. So a lot of pressure is often mounted on us to get married. But the thing is that when you get married to somebody who does not fit into your goals, the rest of your life is going to be miserable. So make sure that you're getting married when you're ready and not somebody pressurizing you to get married, or because everybody say your mates are getting married, or when is the man, and then you just want to marry for marrying's sake. No, that shouldn't be it, because it can stop you from achieving your goals, especially if you end up with the wrong man.
Oh, remind me about that article, not a book or article by Chimamanda, Dear Ijawale.
Okay, Dear Ijawale.
Yeah, there's something she says about marriage that I've often found very it makes sense.
Yeah.
It resonates.
Yeah, I think she said that our culture like have a way of making women aspire for marriage instead of aspiring for themselves and putting themselves first. So you grow up thinking about marriage, and that's the only thing you think of, neglecting your own goals. So Chimamanda actually said that it is better like you focus on yourself, teach women to aspire themselves, and not teach women to aspire for marriage. I love marriage. I love family union. I love love. Yeah. But I feel that when you're being pressurized to do it, it is not how it should. It is something you should do when you feel that is what you ought to do. Because I feel like if you do it the wrong way, it can stop you from achieving your goals. Yeah.
When I was 20 or 21, if somebody asked me, what do you want in life? What do you see yourself in 5 years? I would say, I want to be married.
Yeah.
I want to be married by 4 years. I wish somebody told me earlier that there are more things to look for in life beyond marriage. Not that we are saying marriage is a bad thing. No, we love marriage. It's good. But I could also have spoken about, for example, getting a master's, getting a good job in a good organization, or maybe there's a lot we can achieve as young girls before we get to that point of saying, okay, now marriage is here. I want to get married.
So I know that a point will come in your life where pressure will start coming in, like this point of my life where they feel like, oh, you're 28, you're not married, bring husband, bring that. In fact, now it's better in the UK. But when I was in Nigeria, I mean, you need to have my number to ask me now when I'm getting married. But when I was in Nigeria, it was like a thing. Like if you go for somebody's wedding, they'll be praying for you. May God bring your own. May God help us to eat your rice. That's how they put it. But
can they also pray for us to get £1 million?
exactly what I said. Like, you pray the prayer that I am not praying. Like, that's not my prayer point at the moment. You know, we have like hierarchy of needs. My hierarchy of needs, that is not my number one hierarchy of needs. So why are you not asking me what do you need in your life right now? Then I pray for you for it. I'm not just assuming that I need marriage and you're praying for what I'm not praying for.
We young women of today can be the ones to redefine the story, can be the ones to talk to our communities, talk to our parents, you know, think about, inspire them to not just pressurize their daughters into getting married.
I tell my mom that.
I tell my mom the same thing as well.
So, we felt the need to share this with you because, of course, why not? We are generous. Yeah. We are generous, and I'm happy Faith is here. Myself and Faith, we are very good friends. We have similar interests. We found ourselves taking same courses because we've got similar interests. We want to aspire women to achieve their potential. I am coming from like a very small community. Faith is also coming from a small community, and we've worked our way to be here, and we feel like we need to share from our journey what we've learned, and that's what we are doing in this video. So if you found something helpful in this video, maybe you should drop a love emoji for Faithy.
Yes.
Red or yellow?
Yellow. Give me all the love.
Yeah, give her all the love. Thanks for coming. We're happy that you accepted to do this, and I'm happy that I'm on this platform with you. And if you enjoyed this video and you want us to do more series on an advice for women, let us know. We'll expatiate on some of these points, okay? So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you again in our next video. Goodbye. Yay.